Today I'm going to be showing you how to bake the 1, 2, 3, 4 cake. Now this is a very simple cake to bake with very few ingredients needed. What you're going to need to bake this is 1 cup of butter, 2 cups of caster sugar, 3 cups of self-raising flour and 4 free-range eggs. Now before you begin cooking you want to turn your oven to gas mark 1 or 140 degrees Celsius. Now you want to grease a baking tin. I'm using a 8-inch tin, I think. I'm really not sure which size tin this is, but it is quite big. But again, you can use any type of size tin you want. And I am greasing this with stork, which is just vegetable fat, but you can use butter, you can use that oil that you can get in like a spray tin, you can use parchment paper, you can use pretty much whatever you want. And so it should look like that. Now into a clean bowl you want to add your 2 cups of caster sugar and your 1 cup of butter. Now remember, your butter should be at room temperature so it's nice and soft. Now with a spatula you want to mix the butter and sugar together. Now you want to do this with a spatula before using your electric mixer, otherwise it's not really going to work. This spatula is just going to kind of combine them together before you use your mixer. Once mixed with the spatula, it should look something like this. And then you want to get your electric mixer and just stir it for about 5 or 10 minutes until it's pale and fluffy. Now after about 5 or 10 minutes your mixture should look something like this, soft and fluffy and pale, just like I said. Then you want to start cracking in your eggs. So you want to do 1 egg at a time. So I cracked the egg in, and I'm just picking out a bit of shell that accidentally got in there. And then what you want to do is you want to whisk that 1 egg in until it's completely combined for maybe 1 or 2 minutes before adding in your second egg, and you just want to keep continuing that until all 4 eggs are gone. Once all 4 eggs are combined, it should look something like this. It kind of resembles pancake batter or soft ice cream, and that should be the consistency that you need. Now you want to add the flour in. Now you only want to add the flour in a little bit at a time, and I'm using a sifter here just to make sure that the flour is nice and fine and there's no lumps. So as you can see, I'm just sifting it a little bit at a time. Now just fold in the flour into the batter until it is combined, and just keep continuing that until all your flour is used up. Once you have all the flour combined into the batter, it should look something like this, kind of like a thick, gloopy batter. It should be very thick and sticky. And now you want to add that to your tin which you greased previously, and you just want to kind of scoop it all out of the bowl and stick it in the pan. And if you want to, you can kind of like add other ingredients. If you wanted, say, cinnamon, you could add cinnamon in at this stage, or ginger, if you want like a gingerbread kind of thing, or bits of bananas, you could cut that up, you could have like a banana cake. But for this video I'm just doing a plain cake, just to show you. At the end of the video I'm going to show you a few different type of things which you can do, but that's just some ideas which you could add for different flavours. So as you can see now, I'm just kind of scooping it all around and making sure it's all even and smooth. You want to try and get it as smooth as possible, otherwise bits of it are going to like burn and bits are going to be uncooked. You want it really like smooth and even on the surface. You don't really want any peaks, so that, as you can see, I've just flattened down that peak. Now you want to put it in the oven for 1 hour and 15 minutes to cook, and if it starts to brown, just cover it with a bit of tin foil just so it prevents it from burning. After 1 hour and 15 minutes it should look like this. Now I did cover this with tin foil after about 20-30 minutes, so this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to leave it in the tin to cool for about 10-15 minutes. Now while the cake is cooling, I'm just going to make some buttercream vanilla icing for the centre. Now to do this I'm using this icing sugar, which you can buy anywhere, some red food colouring, you can use any type of food colouring you want, I chose red, and some vanilla extract. Now you could use vanilla essence, but vanilla extract is a lot better. And then I have some butter in a bowl, which I am mixing up. just to make it a little bit softer. Now to this kind of softened butter, I'm just going to keep adding this icing sugar. I'm just going to add a little bit at a time until it gets to the thickness that I want it to. And you can add a little bit of water in it as well if you want it a bit thinner, or a little bit more butter if you want it a bit thicker. It's completely up to you. Now I just wanted to thin it out a little bit, so I'm just adding a tiny drop of water, and this is just going to make it that little bit thinner, just so that it's more easier to spread. Now I'm adding the vanilla extract, and I'm adding a few drops here, and then I'm just going to mix that in until it's all combined. Now it's time to add the food colouring. Now I'm going to add a few drops here. Again, you can add whichever colour you like, but I chose red for this video. So just put a few drops in and just mix it and stir it all up till the red is completely combined and you can't see any of the yellow. So I'm just stirring it and stirring it and stirring it. If you want a ripple kind of effect, just stir it halfway and you get this nice kind of like red mixed in with like yellow. But I'm just completely covering it in red here. My bowl is red as well, so it's kind of difficult to see now. Should have probably got a different coloured bowl, but it shouldn't matter too much. So I'm just mixing it and mixing it and mixing it. Now once your cake is cooled, it should look something like this. Now I'm just cutting it in half so that I can fill it with the buttercream. A good tip, if you want it to not crumble, put it in the freezer for maybe 10-15 minutes, and that just hardens the cake and stops it from getting crumbs everywhere. That's what I did for this. Now once it's cut in half, it should look like this. And I'm just using a spatula to spread the buttercream through the centre and all over. So you can do a thick layer, you can do a thin layer, you can put however much buttercream you want in the centre. I mean, you don't even have to use buttercream. You could use cream and jam, or you could use strawberries, or you could, I don't know, put like chocolate spread. I've never actually tried that, but it's an idea. You could do that if you wanted. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but I'm just using simple vanilla buttercream, which has been dyed pink. Now I've put the lid back on, and I've made this other icing, which has been made using water and icing sugar, and I'm just drizzling that all over the top, and I'm just going to spread that in, and I'm going to cover the whole cake with this. Once that's done, you want to leave the cake to set in the fridge for about maybe half an hour, 40 minutes, and then it's ready. So I'm just going to cut it up now to show you what the centre looks like. This isn't completely set, but I didn't have time to leave it in the fridge for too long. So the centre actually looks like this, and I've just cut that piece a little bit wrong, but you can see how it's got a layer of buttercream running through the middle and 2 pieces of sponge with the icing on top. Hope you like this video. Thanks for watching, and bye.